We recently got the opportunity to revamp a website by a nonprofit that we really admire. This is East Africa Character Development Trust, or EACDT for short. And so we wanted to walk you through the project, walk you through all the changes that they had requested, as well as how we implemented. Now, before we proceed with the presentation, we want to start with basically the first page, and you can see the header. It was very overwhelming. You can see all the pages that they were asking the website visitors to go through: home, about, our stories, our team, about, news, gallery, contact. So that was one of the things that they wanted us to revise. And you can see the image below that we contracted all that into the about page, the impact page, and the support page. So we are going to go through the rest of the presentation and we'll walk you through all the changes that we made. With the we'll first set up the scene by explaining all the tasks, all the requests, and then we will go through the pages one by one, talking through the project. So for starters, we established this at the beginning that this is going to be a donor-centered website revamp. We're going to have current donors and future donors in mind as we made the changes. The website updates were made with the donors in mind. Elements have been moved around, keeping in mind what matters most to donors while maintaining a focus on their mission and vision. So this is the task summary. They wanted us to refresh the homepage for easier navigation. Now, we did talk about this in the previous video that talked about 10 elements of an effective nonprofit website, and we'll be sure to link it in the description in the I section above, and it's just going to pop up as we are talking about this. So, number one is to refresh the homepage for easier navigation. And then the second task was to update the header section for easier navigation as well. The third task was to update the footer to be more intuitive and responsive. And the fourth and final task was to create a donation page and prime the website to receive donations. So we are going to go and look at some shots. But before that, let's look at what the refreshing the homepage for easier navigation entailed. Refreshing the homepage involved relocating multiple assets to designated pages. Refreshing the homepage also involved reorganizing the main menu at the top of the page for a sleeker, more compact design that is easier to navigate. The main hero section at the top of the page was maintained because it tells the story about who EACDT exists for. The other sections were repurposed onto other pages. The footer section was also reconfigured to match the new website layout, and more on that is shared in following slides. So, as stated earlier, this is what their homepage looked like. This is what their main menu, their primary menu looked like. And one of the requests was that this was just too overwhelming for their website visitors. And they requested that we contract it, we compress it into just three main sections: an about page, an impact page, and a page for supporting and donating. So these were the other elements on the homepage, and so it was quite crowded. The page just felt like it had a lot of stray elements. Everything was just kind of all over the place. And so another request was to really, really trim up the homepage and really focus on the donor. Just focus on the donor. Make sure that the content there is to prime, either to explain what EACDT does to a prospective donor, or get the donor to donate or contact them directly. So, in summary, here we said that the hero section is critical to the story, its mission and vision, hence, it was left as is. The section about coaches was relocated to the coaches page. The video section is crucial because this is part of strong visuals. Again, this is something that we mentioned in the previous video that was about the 10 elements of an effective nonprofit website. So, video and images are really, really critical to any nonprofit, and so this is a vital asset. However, we moved the videos to the gallery page. The school section is equally important and has, as such, been relocated to the page about the children. So that is again social proof. That is that they have a social proof page, a testimonial page, which is essential to any nonprofit. And so the school section was moved to the children page. So this is what the landing page essentially looked like after we revamped it. We left them with the about page, the impact page, and the support page as they requested. Also, we revamped the layout. So previously it had almost 7 sections that we showcased a couple of slides ago, and you can see that we truncated all that into 4 primary sections. We have the hero section that shares the mission statement. Again, we talked about this in the previous video. One of the most important elements for any nonprofit website is to have the mission statement very clearly labeled at the actually as the first section, as the hero section of the website. We then followed that up with the about section, the story section, and the team. Again, we made these revisions with donors and prospective donors in mind. We want to ensure that they can do due diligence on this particular nonprofit quickly and easily in a very stress free manner. Then, just under that, we have the call to action section. Again, we mentioned this in our previous video that call to action buttons are a critical and vital feature of any nonprofit website. And the call to action buttons here we have is donate and contact, and we found that those are the two most important buttons that we could have at this section. Then below that we have a testimonial. Again, this is one of the most important things for any nonprofit website, is to have testimonials and social proof, because again these changes were made with donors and prospective donors in mind. Then finally after that we have the footer section. So these are some of the stray elements that were on the homepage. Sorry, these are some of the key elements that were on the homepage and that were left on the homepage. Again, strong visuals, images of the beneficiaries are very important, and as such were left as is. They were left untouched because they are a critical part of this particular nonprofit story. Then this again was the header section. We did not edit this because as explained earlier, this is a critical part of the story. However, they did make a request for us to update their logo. Now, the logo on the left had some affiliations, and they requested us to change that, to remove the affiliations, and update the logo to just be the East Africa Character Development Trust. And as you can see on the right, that was also implemented. We talked about the videos. The videos were moved to the gallery page, and we will see that on one of the following slides. Okay, so the coaches are obviously a critical part of this nonprofit's story, are a critical part of this nonprofit's mission. And so we moved them to the coaches page. There was already a coaches page in existence, and we'll just move to that now. So this was the coaches page previously. So what we did was we added a hero section that was basically a masonry style gallery where any donor, any stakeholder can get a closer look at the coaches in case they have any questions or something like that. So we moved all the images of the coaches to the coaches page for that particular reason. Then we have the sponsors page. We talked about this. Testimonials and sponsors are a huge part of social proof. And to the sponsor page, we added a support us button, and that will allow any prospective sponsors to take action directly from the sponsor page. And that also allows any donors to take action directly from the sponsor page. Next up, we have the gallery section. Now, the gallery is critically important. Like it's a vital part for any nonprofit. And so what we did was we moved all the stray images that were floating around on the website. We moved all of them to the gallery, because this is the purpose of having a gallery page, is where the donors can really extensively browse through all the all the programs and the quote unquote proof that of the programs, which is going to be through images, it's going to be through videos. So we corralled them all together and placed them in a very aesthetic way on the gallery page. We also moved the video to the gallery page because the videos were on the landing page, on the home page, and so it had, when the videos were on the home page looked really cluttered and overwhelming, and so we moved all the videos to the gallery page. We also updated the trustees and governance page. We optimized it for SEO. Now, when it comes to SEO, blocks of text should be no more than 3 lines long. So we just wanted to optimize it. And now this was not one of the requests. We just did that as like an added service because we know SEO best practices, and we just went ahead and implemented that. Now, to the children's page, we added a hero section, and we realized that this is one of the most important pages because this is the beneficiaries page. This is one of the most important pages, and so it is important that we make it visually appealing, visually interesting. And so we added an image gallery to this particular page. Actually, this is an automated carousel. The images just move on their own, and it showcases who this is for, who EACDT is for, why EACDT exists. And of course, that is with donors in mind. They want to have an emotional connection with the nonprofit. They want to have an emotional connection with the beneficiaries, and it is for that reason that we added the carousel to the children's page. To the children's page, we also added the schools. Now, this school section basically showcases all the locations where this particular nonprofit is operating, all the schools they have partnered with. And so this map is critically important to this particular nonprofit. And because of its importance, we added this particular map and this navigation setup to the children's page, the teachers page, and if I'm not wrong, even to the coaches page. Yeah. Again, here we see it again because of the significance of it. And then we have the contact page. Now, in the previous video where we talked about the 10 most important elements for nonprofit websites, we talked about the contact information, we talked about the social media integration. We are going to be looking at a lot of nonprofit website case studies in the coming days. So be sure to subscribe and turn on the post notification bell if you don't want to miss real life case studies of nonprofits. So, if you're a nonprofit founder, CEO, digital marketer, web designer, or communication officer, all those videos are going to be of importance to you. They're going to be very educational. So, be sure to subscribe and turn on the post notification bell so you are notified when those videos go live. So in the last video, we talked about the importance of social media integration. Now, in the coming videos, we are going to see so many websites, countless websites where the website has the social media buttons, but they're not operational. So what is the point? So on this particular website, we were very keen to test these buttons over and over again to make sure that they are not just visually appealing, but also 100% functional. You will not click on the Facebook button and it takes you to X. You will not click on the LinkedIn button and then it takes you to Facebook. Every particular social media button here serves its purpose and takes the user, the donor, the stakeholder to the respective social media platform. We also made some changes to the footer. The footer section is the section that is at the bottom of the website, and this is what the footer looked like before. And you can see it's not functional whatsoever. It has an Instagram tab with no content underneath. It has a Twitter tab with no content underneath. It has a latest news tab that is 100% non-responsive, and this is how we implemented that. We added the news and press section that is 100% responsive, meaning all new blog posts, all new news articles are going to be updated in this section without any external intervention, meaning they won't have to do this manually. This section is 100% automated, and so it's going to update itself as the blog section is being updated. We also added the About Us section for easy navigation. And again, we made all these corrections, all these updates with the donor in mind. And that is why we did what we did. So from here, you can see we have the About Us pages where they have their mission statement, their programs, their team, and any FAQs. Then we have the help section where we have the sponsors, the contact button, the brochure, and of course a donate button. And then on the left, we have the impact pages. Okay. Then finally, the last thing they wanted us to do was to set up for them a donate page. Now they did not have a donation page before we got a hold of this particular website, and so we implemented for them a donation page that is 100% functional, 100% optimized, and 100% set up to make sure that it is user friendly. So you can see there is the campaign, and that brings us to the end of this presentation. We were really privileged to get the opportunity to revamp that website, and we're really excited about it. And more so, we are happy and humbled that the client was really happy with the work that we did for them. If you have a website that you would like us to revamp, this is our contact information. Feel free to reach out to us. We work with nonprofits almost exclusively, like almost 100%. And as such, our rates are very, very nonprofit friendly. So don't be scared, don't be scared off, don't be shy. Just reach out to us, and I'm sure we can come to an agreement. That brings us to the end of this video. If you liked it, please be sure to give us a huge thumbs up and subscribe down below and turn on your post notification bell, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.